बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज का हमारा लेक्चर चैप्टर 1 सेकंड हाफ जो कि हम डिस्कस करेंगे मोल अप टू यील्ड। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, मोल टर्म इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बाय ओस्टवर्ल्ड। एटॉमिक masses of element, molecular masses of compound, formula masses of ionic compound expressed in gram is called mole. मोल एज ए यूनिट अगर हम काउंट करें तो मोल में हम एवोगैड्रोस नंबर ऑफ एटम मॉलिक्यूल्स आयंस कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। 1 mole ऑफ सब्सटेंस कंटेन एवोगैड्रोस नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स 6.02 10 to raise power 23. What is Avogadro's number? It is a number of particles, mean atoms, ions, molecules present in 1 mole of substance. It is denoted by Na and its value is fixed 6.02 10 to raise power 23. For example, 1 mole of sodium contain 23 gram of mass and 6.02 10 to raise power 23 of sodium atoms. 1 mole of water contain 18 gram of molar mass and have Avogadro number of water molecules. 1 mole of sodium chloride, that is ionic compound, having formula mass 58.5 gram and contain Avogadro numbers of NaCl formula units. Mole can be found out by different ways. Mole can be found out by the formula given mass over molecular mass or molar mass, given volume over molar volume, and the given particles over Avogadro's number. Application of moles: we can calculate the number of particles from mole, we can find out the number of atoms from the known mass of compound, and we can also calculate the ionic solution from the mole. Here the MCQs: 18 gram of glucose contain dash number of hydrogen atom. First of all, you find out the mole. The mass of glucose, that is given 18 gram. The molar mass of glucose is 180 gram. Here the moles of glucose is 0.1 मोल। ग्लूकोज का फार्मूला हमारे पास C6H12O6, इसमें 12 हाइड्रोजन एटम है। तो 0.1 मोल में कितने हाइड्रोजन एटम होंगे? 1.2 मोल्स। इन 1.2 को एवोगैड्रो से मल्टीप्लाई करें तो राइट आंसर आपके पास 7.2 इंटू 10 to raise power 23 आएगा। What is molar volume? 1 mole of ideal gas at STP occupy a volume 22.414 dm cube. This volume of 22.414 dm cube is called molar volume, and it is true only when the gas is ideal. With the help of this information, we can convert mass of gas at STP into its volume and vice versa. For example, 1 mole of H2 contain 2.016 gram and contain Avogadro number of molecules of hydrogen and molar volume 22.414 dm cube. Here the 1 mole of methane contains 16 gram molar mass, Avogadro molecules of methane and molar volume 22.414 dm cube. 1 mole of different substances have different masses, but they have same number of particles and molar volume. It means that mass and volume, mass and size do not affect the volume or Avogadro's number of particles. Point to remember: it is very interesting to know from the above data that molar volume of each gas has a different mass but the same number of molecules or particles, like N2CO2. They have same masses, same number of atoms and same number of molecules in Avogadro's in molar volume. Reason: the mass and the size of molecule don't affect the volume normally. The distance between the molecules in gaseous space is about 300 times away than their diameter. Now stoichiometry. Stoichiometry is a branch of chemistry which tells us about the quantity relationship between reactants and product in a balanced chemical equation. Limitation of chemical equation: they don't tell us about the condition, rate of reaction, physical state of reactants and products, and the mechanism of reaction. Condition for stoichiometric calculation is that all reactant must be converted into product. The side reaction must not be occur. The law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportion should be held. For example, here the formation of 2 moles of water. 2 moles of hydrogen react with 1 mole oxygen to form 2 mole of water. That give us the information about the moles of reactant and product. 4 gram of hydrogen, 32 gram of oxygen react to form 36 gram of water. Here the 2 moles of hydrogen, it means that it is twice of the molar volume. 1 mole of oxygen, it means that it is the molar volume 22.414 dm cube. There is a formation of 2 moles of water, it means that it is a twice of the molar volume. Mass relationship in stoichiometry: mass mole relationship or mass volume relationship, and vice versa. If you have given the mass of reactant, you can find out the mass of product, and vice versa. If you have given the mass of reactant, you can find out the moles of product, and the vice versa. And if you have to given the mass of reactants, you can find out the volume of product and the vice versa. There are simple formulas. Mass of element multiplied by molar mass is equal to mass of element over molar mass is equal to mole. Moles multiplied by molar mass is equal to mass of element. Simply, the mass of compound or molar mass of compound is given the moles, and if the moles multiply the molar mass, it gives the mass of compound. Similarly, the moles multiplied by Avogadro number give the atoms of an element, and if the number of particles divided by Avogadro, it gives the moles. Limiting reactant: the reactant which is in least amount and give the least amount of product is called limiting reactant. It also controls the amount of product during a reaction. How can you find out limiting reactant? Convert the mass of all reactant into their moles. First of all, you have to find out the moles of reactant. Calculate the molar amount of the product from the molar amount of each reactant. The reactant producing the least amount of moles of product would be the limiting reactant. Yield. The amount of product obtained as a result of chemical reaction is called yield. There are two types of yield, that is a theoretical yield and actual yield. The amount of product calculated from the balanced chemical equation is called theoretical yield. अभी हम डिस्कस करके आए हैं 1 mole of hydrogen react with 2 mole of hydrogen. Now we discuss the yield. The amount of product obtained as a result of chemical reaction is called yield. There are two types of yield, theoretical yield and actual yield. The amount of product calculated from the balanced chemical equation is called theoretical yield. अभी हम डिस्कस करके आए थे कि 2 मोल हाइड्रोजन रिएक्ट विद 1 मोल ऑक्सीजन टू फॉर्म 2 मोल ऑफ वाटर, 36 ग्राम वाटर फॉर्म्ड, that is the theoretical yield from the balanced chemical equation. Actual yield, it is also called experimental yield. The amount of product obtained in a chemical reaction experimentally is called actual yield and it is always less than theoretical yield. Theoretical yield और actual yield में क्या डिफरेंस है? Theoretical yield बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन से आप कैलकुलेट करते हैं, जबकि जो एक्चुअल yield है ये हमें केमिकल रिएक्शन से एक्चुअली ऑब्टेन होती है. It does not require any experimental work, while in actual yield it requires experimental work. Theoretical yield is always greater than actual yield, and actual yield is always less than theoretical yield. How can you find out the efficiency of a reaction? Efficiency of a reaction mean the loss or gain in product by percentage yield. The formula of percentage yield is that. अब हम देखते हैं कि क्या डिफरेंस है बिटवीन थ्योरेटिकल एंड एक्चुअल यील्ड. थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड हमें बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन से ऑब्टेन होती है, जबकि एक्चुअल यील्ड हमें एक्सपेरिमेंटल रिएक्शन से एक्सपेरिमेंटली ऑब्टेन होती है. Theoretical yield does not require any experimental work, while actual yield required experimental work. Theoretical yield is always greater than actual yield, while actual yield is less than theoretical yield. How can you find out the efficiency of a chemical reaction? Efficiency mean loss or gain in product. It can be find out by percentage yield. The formula of percentage yield is given actual yield over theoretical yield into 100. There are many points which indicate that actual yield is always less than theoretical yield. For example, inexperienced worker, filtration, crystallization, side reaction, heat loss, competing side reactions always reduce the amount. It means that actual yield is always less than theoretical yield. Here are some MCQs. When limestone is roasted, quick lime is produced. According to the following equation, the actual yield of CaO is 0.5 kg. When 1 kg of limestone is roasted, what is the percentage yield of the reaction? ये आपके पास ऑप्शन गिवन है, तो इसमें मैस ऑफ लाइमस्टोन आपको गिवन है जी 1 kg जो कि 1000 ग्राम बनता है. क्विक लाइम कितना प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है? 0.5 kg 500 ग्राम बनता है. दोनों की मोलर मैसेज भी गिवन है. तो सबसे पहले ये देखना है अकॉर्डिंग टू बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन 100 ग्राम लाइमस्टोन 56 ग्राम प्रोड्यूस करता है, तो 1 ग्राम कितना प्रोड्यूस करेगा? 56 ओवर 100. 1000 ग्राम ऑफ लाइमस्टोन कितना प्रोड्यूस करेगा क्विक लाइम? तो 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई करें, ये तकरीबन बनेगा 560 ग्राम. ये आपके पास थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड आ गई. तो एक्चुअल यील्ड आपको गिवन था, थ्योरेटिकल यील्ड पे डिवाइड करें, 100 से मल्टीप्लाई करें, तो राइट आंसर 89.3%. mass in gram of 2.74 moles of KMnO4. तो भाई मोलर मैस ऑफ KMnO4 158 ग्राम है. 158 को आप मोल से मल्टीप्लाई करें तो आपके पास मैस आ जाएगा 432.92 ग्राम. चार्ली इज राइट आंसर. Why actual yield is less than theoretical yield? पहले भी बता चुके हैं, inexperienced worker, lack of proper technique handling, some competing side reaction. तो आंसर होगा all of these. Delta is the right answer. For further MCQs, see practice book with detailed explanation. Thank you.